Hello everyone, welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is a timeless love 18 plus reading. I actually did this video about a year ago, so I'm going to refresh it. Since I see a lot of you are still watching it, we'll give you some new updated content. Okay, so we're going to be looking at their plans to seduce you. We could be talking about an ex, a current partner, someone you have a crush on, a partner that you anticipate to meet in the future. Like if you don't have anybody in mind and you're just kind of trying to see what the next phase in love is going to be for you, how that next person is going to seduce you, you could apply it that. However it resonates for you, just take it. Okay, so we do have 3 piles. If you did not already select it in the thumbnail, go back to the intro so you can have a visual. It is in the timestamps below, but pile 1 is the red journal, pile 2 is the compass, and pile 3 is the message in the bottle. Okay, so go ahead and select your pile and I will see you there. All right, pile 1. If you selected the red journal, then this is your reading. We're going to see how your person plans to seduce you. I'm laughing because like I almost said to do, which is hilarious and very, very raw considering the nature of this reading. That's not what I intended to say. But yeah, clearly this person is go energy already for you, pile 1. But I mean, it is a red journal, so maybe they've been journaling, thinking a lot, and trying to kind of figure out what it is that move needs to be, and realizing they need to act quickly. And just like that, you have the Page of Cups. So yeah, this person's very active as it relates to pursuing you in whatever method of seduction they choose. I do see that as a very sweet, playful, flirtatious energy coming through, very offering, very helpful. So that's gonna be this person's primary method of seducing you, making you feel good, making you feel very cared for, nurtured by them. Makes sense. At the bottom you do have the Ace of Cups, so very loving, very what's the word I'm looking for, like a courting of sorts. Like this is a person that really does things for you, gives you things even that you don't need, just to keep your attention on them. Here we go. Yeah, so I will say, while pages are messengers, this person will be very clear about how they feel about you. Like they're gonna make it very clear how they feel about you, but they are not going to be transparent in the fact that they are seducing you. Okay, they're not going to discuss sex or anything of that nature with you. It's going to happen organically with that Page of Cups and that Ace of Cups that was at the bottom just now. They're not going to be open about their sexual intentions as it relates to you, just that they are pursuing you in some sort of a connection, whether it is love-based, friend-based, you know, whatever that pursuit is. Okay, let me get one more and I will take the bottom. Very fast-paced energy, like very straight to the point. It's not there's no, okay, I got 3 more. Oh goodness. Okay, let's see what this is all about. I was just about to say it's straight to the point, right? It is, because they're not gonna, like, this isn't the type of person that is I almost get the feeling with that Page of Cups that this is a person that kind of gets flustered when they like think of sex, and like when they think of liking you. So they're not so this could be very new with that Ace of Cups that showed itself and this Page of Cups, or it could just be a person that just is not super open with their sexual nature. So like even if it's somebody you've been with on and off again, right? Like let's say this is someone you're rekindling with, or someone you're furthering a connection with. Like if you've been dating for some time, together for some time, if you've never had that intimate moment, like this is not the person that's gonna talk about it. They'll just let it happen, because it just feels like it's very I don't want to say embarrassing, but they're just not, they get really flustered with those topics. But you do have the 3 cards that came out, the 10 of Cups, so lots of emotions. Again, this is a person that will show you, not tell you. They will tell you how they feel, but they will express themselves sexually with action. So that, like, their seduction methods will be very action based versus discussing it, right? You have the 9 of Swords. So lots of anxiety surrounding sex with you and the act of seduction. There's a lot of confusion here with this moon card, right? So you have the moon, which is Pisces, 12th house energy, very private energy. So that may be this person's nature, and that's probably why they are coming through in this way. Let me position this. At the bottom, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I do feel that whatever method this person uses to seduce you, a lot of you, it's gonna change the connection. So like whenever this form of seduction, it doesn't have to be your first time being intimate with this person, doesn't have to be your first few, like it could be, again, an established connection, but whatever's gonna happen in the next act of seduction with this individual is going to change the course of the relationship. So I don't know if this is becoming more committed or, you know what I mean, more solidified. I don't know what the nature of your connection is with this person, but this act of seduction is going to change things, and it's making this person super anxious with that 9 of Swords card, okay? But they are keeping something from you with that Knight of Swords. Like, again, it's not just the not talking about the seduction, it's also not disclosing all of the information, like revealing something soon, right? Maybe an offer coming in, you know, again, to be exclusive, more commitment, another date. It could be anything, but it's just something this person may be planning that they're not necessarily telling you, and you're just going to kind of see along with that act of seduction. So let me pull from these romance-based decks. And as I shuffle, yeah, this person's super private, super anxious as it relates to seducing you, for sure. But like I said, right now on the table, I do see Pisces coming through very heavily, 12th house energy. So let me see, let me get another card about this. Their plans to seduce you. Maybe we can get more about what these actions will be. Some of you, especially if this is brand new, this person's gonna kind of, they're gonna ask you on the date with the like it's gonna imply that after that's gonna happen, but they will obviously not say that to you directly. You have honeymoon, so must be what I was talking about, right? That, because I kind of read this as date energy sometimes. It doesn't necessarily have to be a whole honeymoon, but just any type of outing or what you would consider a date. It says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So that's great confirmation from spirit there. And then at the bottom, you do have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So that is one confirmation for a lot of you that this is someone new coming in. If you don't have anyone in mind, that this person is confirming that it's new love and that this person feels mutually. If this is someone new that you're exploring a situation with, and if this is an old connection, an ex, or someone ongoing, it is, like I said, that Wheel of Fortune and that new love is a refresher of some sort. So whatever this person's reasoning behind seducing you, or the way that they do it, something about this time we're talking about, when it eventually happens, or whatever it is they're planning, it's going to change the course of the relationship. It's going to refresh it. It's going to start a new phase. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck and get more information, but definitely surrounding a date, like a date, a trip that includes dates. It just some sort of travel or something like that. You got 3 cards. There's so much going on. This person's got a lot going on with them. This is great though. Let's see. I just want to get the bottom out of the way because I have 3 cards in my hand. You have make a move. So that's how this person's feeling. This time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. So again, we talked about their plans for seducing you. Like, I think I mentioned it when I first started this pile. This person is not they are not patient at all as it relates to this. They are ready to move. You have devotion. a dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. And I just want to go ahead and say I did not intend for 3 cards to come out. I think I only wanted 1. So the fact that I got 3 cards from this deck, this is a romance-based deck, it shows that this person's definitely very open to sharing how they feel with you. But again, not necessarily of a sexual nature, but as it relates to their feelings and love and whatnot, okay? You do have deeper intimacy, so that is a goal. They're just, again, not going to explicitly say it with that Knight of Swords in reverse. They actually don't even know how to say it with that Knight of Swords in reverse. Lots of anxiety and that Nine of Swords. So the feelings of emotional closeness and love allow you to feel safe, desired, and more connected to your partner. So that is the plan, right? To make you feel, like we talked about in that page of Cups, make you feel very loved, nurtured, and they want you to feel through their actions. This is a I'll show you before I tell you kind of an individual. Okay, so that's the goal here with that make you move, devotion, and deeper intimacy. And then your last card from this deck is listen and reflect. Okay, sometimes what a person needs is not a wise mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. That's this person's approach. They're not a big talker, right? Again, they will express how they feel. They'll say to some degree how they feel about you. They will not, again, explicitly talk about seduction and sex openly like that. They will show and express, and that's this person's primary method of seducing you, is through their actions, making sure that you know that you're their person, they care about you. Dates, this is the one action, listening to you when you need someone to be there for you, just making sure, like it's not even just about dates and just talking and learning about each other. It's actively being present, like being a present friend and lover. That's what I'm getting from this person. So let me pull from this other deck, and then we will get that hybrid sex answers, erotic sex oracle deck, and close it out, okay? Yeah, this is a very sweet pile. This person is all about caring for you and making sure that you know that they care for you, and that basically you can get anything from them. You actually have the Gold Digger card coming out, so I definitely want to clarify that. It says transactional relationships, superficial love, materialistic. So far, the energy that I'm getting, let me make space, sorry. You know what, I can put it on top. That's not gonna hurt anything. So far, the energy I'm getting from that Gold Digger card though is that this person wants to make sure you have everything you need, right? Not necessarily that you are trying to use them or that they're trying to use you. They just want to make sure, like, for whatever reason, some of you, this person is helping you in terms of your material needs. Maybe you're on a hard time, you're having a hard time right now, but they definitely are making sure you know that they support you and that they have you financially, if that's what has to happen for a little bit, okay? Let me see. Let me get one more to clarify why that specific card wants to come out. Okay, we've got 2. Okay, so you've got religious, which is faith, vows, church, practice, holy, worship, and sacred. And then you also have you don't own me, freedom, alignment, aerial, fitness. And what is at the bottom? Sadness. What is going on? That's a chaotic twist. Hurt, betrayal, emotional, sensitive, honoring your feelings. So that took a turn. If your person, you have fireworks, so there's a celebration. So this will not be for very long. But right now, it feels like some of the anxiety your person may have is to, one or both of you has a really independent streak with that you don't own me card. So I don't know if this person is kind of trying to help you heal past trauma. That's what it kind of looks like that sadness. Gold digger, religious, you don't own me combination is like maybe you've had people try to take advantage of you in the past. Maybe you've had people try to buy you, you know what I mean? Like people try to feel like that because they give you things that's coming through, right? Because they give you things, because they do things for you, that you now owe them something. And so this person's kind of trying to help you heal through that kind of trauma Like that's part of the seduction, is opening you up if you're very guarded, right, in the sadness, and making sure that you understand that the things that they do for you, the things that they give you, it's not because they want to buy you, they want to own you, that you owe them anything. It's because they care about you, they have love for you, or that they love you, depending on the level of the relationship, right? It's just making sure that you understand that they're a person of like integrity. That religious card, it talks about like integrity, like they're a decent person, and that they just want to do things for you, not because there's an expectation of sex after. And that's why you have that Knight of Swords in reverse and that Nine of Swords. It's no one's going to talk about it. This person's definitely not going to talk about it because they don't want you to feel pressured in that way. So if there's been a lot of restraint, that's why. They don't want you to feel pressure. They don't want you to feel like sex with them is an expectation that they have. They don't want you to feel like they expect you to have sex with them simply because they're kind to you, because they're giving you things, because they're supporting you. Okay, so whatever trauma you have that they are picking up on, or that maybe you've talked about, right, with that deeper intimacy and listen and reflect, that's why if you've been waiting for that seduction, that next step of intimacy, why it isn't happening, because this person wants to make sure that the trauma you have associated with that, you don't project that onto them. They want to make sure that you know that they care for you and that they respect you, and that any furthering of intimacy is not an expectation. It's because, one, you want to, and two, because they want to, and you two have a mutual caring for one another. So that makes sense. Okay, let me and it could be flipped, right? It could be flipped. So let me pull from these decks that I have here, and we will wrap this up, okay? It's all about making you feel safe and comfortable, Pile 1, okay? Making sure you feel safe, valued, and comfortable. Let me see. Fantasies, right? Very pure energy of like making, like, it's like honeymoon date. It's like that fantasy based energy of like very sweet, right? Like setting the scene almost, if that makes sense. Like a perfect date, like a drink after, or like whatever you do after, a snack, dessert, and then spending a little more time, and then easing into it without the pressure, right? I'm hearing no pressure. We have satisfaction. Making sure that you both are satisfied, both pleased, very mutual. It's all about mutual understanding and whatnot. What is this? There is temptress, but it flipped a couple of times, so I wasn't certain if it wanted to be reversed. I'm feeling like this person sees you as like kind of a temptress, and you may see them as that as well. But again, there's that resistance, since this card kind of almost wanted to be reversed, that there's that resistance of, okay, but there's still going to be some restraint. Like, just because you are tempting to this person doesn't mean that they are going to pounce on you, right? Like, that's not their nature. What is this? Okay, now this is a definite in reversal. We have other lovers. Wanting to make sure that you realize that you're the only person they're trying to be intimate with, if they're not already. Long lasting. Your cards are coming out really quickly. That's why we're doing this. Let's see if I can get one more, since they're jumping out really quickly. But again, other lovers, reverse, like you're the only one. They're not really trying to engage anybody else on that level, followed by long lasting, shows like this person's kind of committed into it. And if they feel like they've been playing hard to get, they are, not because they're trying to like punish you or anything, but because all of this baggage that they want to clear within themselves and within you before they can you can have that mutual intimacy without projecting onto one another, right? Especially if you've been playing hard to get, they want to make sure you feel there's no pressure, no expectations and whatnot. At the bottom, you have dress sexy for me. So definitely gonna be some kind of thing where you need to get dressed up, put something nice on, something nice. They get dressed up nicely. So it's method of seduction again. when we're talking about physical actions and doing things, it's all about dates. And when I like fantasy, like your traditional dates, what you expect the date to be, even depending on the person, a little more slightly lavish, since we have the honeymoon card, which could be like a trip, like weekend getaway, vacation of some sort, like some kind of travel. That's the nature of the settings in which the seductions would happen. And then again, this person's all about making sure that they establish a level of mental, spiritual and emotional intimacy before physical intimacy or furthering physical intimacy with you. Okay, Power One? So hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Pal 2, if you selected the compass, then this is your reading. I'm going to start with this tarot deck, and then we're going to look at some oracle cards to see your person's plans to seduce you. As I said prior to this, this could be about a current partner, someone you're interested in, someone from your past. This could be your anticipation for the future, like how your next person's going to seduce you. It could be however it resonates for you here. So I'm going to I'm gonna take all of this right now. Like as soon as I shuffle, I got a lot. So I have two cards. I have the Page of Pentacles, so messengers. I keep saying messengers, but I mean messengers. We have this page, slow moving, but very committed, very honest, very sure, dedicated. This is a planner. This is an individual that is making a plan for some time. Like this isn't a spur of the moment kind of seduction. This isn't a shows up. This is a, okay, I've been thinking about this for a while. Okay. And then you also have that Queen of Swords here, which is a very serious person, very intellectual person with a lot of understanding, person with a lot of patience, very business savvy, regardless of gender. And then at the bottom you do have that Ace of Pentacles, so very physical energy. So this is a person that's been thinking about being intimate with you for quite some time. Now this may be a bit surprising for you depending on your interactions with this person and how well you know them, because this person does not seem like the type to give off that energy. But this person thinks about being intimate with you a lot. Okay, they think about it a lot, but they are very reserved in that they are not gonna just hop out there and just actively try to get you alone or anything like that. This is a person that's going to slowly strategize how to put themselves into the position where intimacy can organically happen. Okay, so I am going to pull from these other romance-based decks just because I want to clarify this intimacy. And I have that erotic sex answers oracle deck that I'm going to pull from at the end. But this is a person that is this is a person that plans, right? And right now I want to see what the actual plan is, like what the because Aces of Pentacles and honestly Pages of Pentacles, depending on, it's like all about opportunity. So like this person's like actively trying to find the opportunity, or has been for some time actively trying to find the opportunity to be to either seduce you or to be intimate, or whatever their method of getting to intimacy, right, with you is. Because I don't know if that seduction is this person's, I don't know that we could use the word seduction in this person, in this person the same sentence at all, based on how their energy's coming through the pile. So let me get some romance-based cards to see. I may pull from other oracle cards if I feel like I need to further peel out of this person, but this, again, this is all about opportunity. All right, so maybe it may even be like a networking professional setting in which you interact with this person, just because of all of these pentacles and that swords energy. Okay. I will say, with the lack of major arcana here, and granted I only have 2 cards on the bottom, it talks about, for me, the fact that this person's very grounded, very grounded individual. So like when we talk about them trying to find their way to intimacy with you, and I'm wording it that way for a reason. It's a very practical approach, right? Let me see if I can get it. It's real. It's very difficult to pull this deck from this deck. Must be true. It took a lot. It took a lot to get this card. Okay, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So this may be a person that's not used to feeling things or used to having to deal with feelings, right? In any way. You do have the retreat card. It's time to disconnect from the world. So it's all about isolating you. That sounds bad when I word it like that. But this person's approach to, I guess, seducing you, if you want to call it that, is kind of finding the space and opportunity. Oh, that's crooked. To be alone with you. Okay, finding the space and opportunity to be alone with you. That's really what it boils down to. Like, how do I get alone with Pile 2? Like, okay, how do I get Pile 2 alone? Like, like what? It's all, honestly, it's like a strategy. Like, do I make plans with Pile 2 after whatever gathering we have all in our social network? Like, do I, like, after a party, offer Pile 2 a ride home? Like, this, it's all about, like, what is the perfect opportunity to get Pile 2 alone? And that's really what it boils down to. But in all this practical energy, you do have that true love card, right? This person recognizes that there are feelings and they want to explore. They kind of want to express it. With that Queen of Swords and true love, it's like, okay, let's see what I can build with Pile 2. Like, let me develop this this energy with Pile 2 and see let me see what this can be, what this is, and how do we get to intimacy? Like, is intimacy a thing for us? Like I said, very, very practical approach. And I saw breakup and disharmony. So I don't know if this is like a situation where one or both of you are stepping out of past connections, or if this is a person that the reason why it's so practical is because there's a history here with this individual and they're just trying to get back in good. Like, you know, it could be that. Maybe that's why we don't have any like cups or whatever. It's just all about like physically being present and mentally being present with that Queen of Swords. So it could be I need to have a conversation with Pile 2 about our feelings and what we're doing here, right? That was interesting. So you probably heard that because the way that it tumbled. But again, like we just talked about, this communication piece, it probably is the case because you have clarity. You have clarity. Someone finally sees the answer that was always right in front of their eyes. The vision is clear. Therefore, what is to come shall be clear too. If this is a person that there's been a history with, whether it's like a long, extensive history, or if it's a recent history, or if there's like been miscommunications in the beginning of whatever the situation is, there's some clarity this person wants to establish, and that's part of their quote-unquote seduction tactic, is to clarify. They want to clarify things with you, and that's part of that isolation, getting you alone and finding the opportunity to kind of get you alone so that they can clarify certain things with you. At the bottom, you do have life partner. This person is someone that you can enjoy life with wholeheartedly. You two can get through anything together. So that you two can get through anything together does touch on that energy again of there being some sort of miscommunication, disagreement, some kind of clash, whether big or small, depending on the nature of your connection. But this person's method of seduction for you, Pile 2, is all about communication, clarity, right? Opportunity, finding the private time alone to have a conversation, to clarify things and just figure everything out, regardless of if it's like super serious in nature or if it's just to clarify, hey, I like you, right? It could be that simple for some of you. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck. You know, oh, and also in that clarity, it's not just about okay, like I said, all of you are in various stages of connections. It is like with true love and life partner, like this person wants to confirm for you or clarify with you or confirm with you that you feel that way about them. Like, it's something about making sure there's a mutual understanding of the feelings you two have, of the connection, of what the connection is, and how it affects you both. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, okay, so this is And just like that, it got a little bit freaky. So in that clarity and opportunity and trying to get you alone, you have sweet and sticky. So that could be a play on whatever confusion, sticky situation we had. It could be, and then my phone's going off. I got like a message coming through, so that could be very clearly making sure that you understand how to, that you got messages coming through. But like I said, the confusion, clearing that up, but also, I mean, sweet and sticky feels very 18 plus X rated. But the card itself says, I hate it when it does this: kind, caring, compassionate, loving, physical touch. So again, this person is not like, once they get you in that once they take that opportunity to get you in that space, they are not going to be as modest as this pile happens, as reserved. They're going to be very, very sweet and sticky, right? Like a lot of energy coming through. And then you do have vampire, right? It has Gemini, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Scorpio. So it does say energy vampire, draining, lust, darkness, and low vibration. Now, lust is on there because, again, vampire. So that also leads me to believe that this is something that's going to happen maybe in the evening time, at night. Maybe it happened over drinks or snacks with that honey card. Like something sweet, sticky, like, you know what I mean, like a snack kind of energy. But that vampire energy also, like I said, it's just someone that's really trying to merge with you. Like, again, could be some biting involved, but like, this is a person that once they get you alone, once that clarity is defined and the feelings are acknowledged, like, they're all in. That sweet and sticky vampire combination is freaky. It's like, okay, so this is how we feel, this is what it is, okay, I'm all in. That's how this person is, pile 2. At the bottom, you do have holiday themes: silly, thoughtfulness, funny. So it could be after some sort of event. I see ugly sweater as dressing up and whatnot. And then sorry, I was checking my phone. Like, I got distracted, I'm not gonna lie. I was trying, like, let me just see what this is really quickly. But no, okay, so ugly sweater is like holiday theme, holiday parties, events, anything where you would need to dress up, whether it's dressing up formally, dressing up in costume, dressing up according to a theme, right? So in that is on that card, theme. So like I said, and even vampires a theme. So some of you, very specifically, this is gonna happen Halloween, this is gonna happen Christmas, right? With vampire and the ugly sweater. But a lot of you, it doesn't have to be those specific timelines. This is a general reading. It could be soon, it could be later. I really feel like it is going to be regarding some sort of just event where there is a theme that people have to dress a certain way or be aligned with a certain purpose or something like that. Okay, so let me see what else I can see before I pull from that combination of those erratic decks. Yeah, a lot of you, is going to be a specific event or something like that with that ugly sweater, vampire, or specific holiday where this all clarifies and gets addressed. But again, it's sweet and sticky, y'all. Sweet and sticky. So just be prepared for that. That may actually even be unexpected. But again, like I said, with vampires come out at night, so it's feeling like in the evening for you. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, if you look, I didn't look at it as much as pile 1, but I was trying to like get a more detailed visual for this. But I mean, if you look at like the true love and life partner cards, it's like even if you look at retreat, it's like a couple arm in arm, and then you have clarity where they're kind of confronting each other. But like the 2 love-based ones that say true love and life partner, it's like boom, they're all over each other. So maybe that's the context. I don't know. Could be relevant, but my attention was called to it for a reason. Okay. So let me get some messages here so we can close this out. Okay, that's a lot, but I'm gonna take these 2, which at the bottom you do have expectations. I am not going to take it. I will say that choker energy. That might be relevant, that neck area, because she's wearing a choker here and she even has the black nails, like in this vampire card. There's also like a choke, like a necklace, and obviously vampires, especially this one is dressed in all black. But I have to grab these other cards that flips. And at the bottom of that stash is desire, but I'm not gonna take it because I have these two that came like they were supposed to, and then I'm gonna just keep shuffling because I want 6. So we have dress sexy for me, so that confirms like the event energy, right? Christmas, Halloween, or just some type of themed, whether it's formal, whether it's just themed based on anything, any type of event, gathering, whatever it is. But like I said, dress sexy for me. You have you drive me crazy. Yes, I am covering to some degree. Let me pull and see what else I can get. Something about whatever, whenever this happens, whenever this is, like, because this is a very specific, like, pile 1 was like, oh, this is a courting kind of energy. This here feels like a specific setting, right? Like one specific setting where a specific conversation has to happen, and whatever it is, wherever you two see each other or go, yeah, even as I stop shuffling, you got T's and there's red. So I don't know, that color red may be relevant to some degree, but I mean, dress sexy for me, you drive me crazy. So whatever you're wearing or whatever they're wearing is just gonna really pique the arousal of the other one. Like, that's why you have sweet and sticky here, right? Vampire, which is like can't keep yourself off of another person, like I said, and I did almost see fetish try to jump out, but again, vampire is like biting, you know, choking kind of energy, if that's what you're into. Obsessed with you. There's that neck energy again. We have all of this neck energy in vampire, so something about the neck. Okay, so I want to pull 3 more, and the card that just came out is there's someone else. So I don't know if, because think about obsession and vampire as possessive energy, right? So I don't know if there's some jealousy here, or maybe there's some third party situation that needs to be cleared up, or maybe it won't be cleared up and someone just won't care. But those of you where there's not that third party influence here, it's like something happens where this person's super jealous, or you get super jealous with that you drive me crazy, obsessed with you. Like, I don't know if somebody's just looking a little bit too good and getting attention from other people, because you do have erotic stories at the bottom. But let me pull more. But it's feeling like I'm almost seeing sometimes in some instances that there's some insecurity here, because you got dress sexy for me, you drive me crazy, obsessed with you, and then you have ugly sweater. Almost like, because I don't take ugly sweater literally usually, but this person kind of feels a little bit inferior in whatever setting this is. I don't know if you just look extra good and they start feeling like they're not either dressed up to your standards, or like they're not looking as good as you with that ugly sweater. But it, you know, or it could be switch, right? It's just triggering energy right now that's coming through the power. Like something is being triggered, and maybe that's why the emphasis is on a specific setting, a specific event, a specific place for where your seduction happens, pile 2, because there was that trigger, that switch that happened in a moment at that specific thing, you know. But I want 2 more of these, and then okay. Yes. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. So you have must have you soon, right? There's that all super eager energy all of a sudden, right? We had all of that slow moving page looking for an opportunity, and then boom, there's someone else. So it's must have you soon. You have like this I want to taste you energy with the fruit. Okay, could be dealing with food. Or drinks like we talked about. And then you have take the initiative. There's the mouth right there. So I'm like fighting, and the expectations wants to come out. So we're just gonna let that lay like that as we close this out. It's just feeling like whatever specific situation is happening, the seduction is gonna jump to 10 immediately. So this person's been actively looking for an opportunity to kind of catch you along, clarify the situation, have their moment and discuss it. But I feel like it's gonna happen suddenly. I don't say suddenly because it's not super fiery energy, but like there's a moment where there's this planned arrangement that happens where you're either both somewhere together or see each other, or just something super planned. Like we talked about all of the scenarios it could have been, and then boom, take the initiative, expectations, like a little bit of a jealous, obsessive energy comes through. That's why that vampire card came out. And then maybe there's a retreat. I don't know what happens, but that Ace of Pentacles is like a fresh start. So that is super specific for you, Pile 2. Okay, it's super specific. But yeah, I mean, that's really what it is. That's what I have for you. So hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Pile 3, if you selected the message in a bottle, then this is your reading. We're going to look at your person's plan to seduce you, whether this is a past person, a current partner, someone you're interested in that you think might be interested in you, someone that you don't have anyone in mind, but you're looking ahead, like maybe like what the next person that comes into your life on a romantic level plans to do when they try to seduce you. However it resonates, just take it, okay? And I did see the Lovers when I split the deck just now, so that was nice. Let's see their plans to seduce, Pile 3. Ace of Pentacles tried to come out, so it's either a brand new person or a brand new start with a person, okay? Right now you have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. I heard the word leadership energy, very strong, powerful, highly intellectual. I don't know why I'm hearing the word like big business, but that's kind of the words that I hear. So this may be someone you know through your professional network, or this may be someone that you work with or have worked with, or just someone that you met through school, like teaching. I even see community service and whatnot, but it feels like a kind of formal, professional kind of vibe in which this is coming through. So especially those of you looking for future energy, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is coming through, very accomplished, very successful, independent energy. At the bottom you do have that High Priestess, Pisces energy of 12th house energy. I just want to and I will say that I kind of see the High Priestess and Hierophant as counterparts, whereas the High Priestess is, and I just stopped on the Seven of Swords, so very low-key, sneaky energy here. The High Priestess is kind of like the spiritual, metaphysical individual, like the Hierophant would be more of like the psychic, the person that's more into the esoteric side, whereas the Hierophant kind of is the opposite of that polarity, I guess you want to say, that is like the religious text in action. It is the preacher, the prophet, the person that kind of puts it into work on the physical plane. But with the Seven of Swords coming out, that is very interesting, like subtle, low-key energy with the High Priestess. So you got two cards that threw themselves out of the deck. I don't want so many cards on the table, so I'm going to take these two and then put the bottom, and you're going to be very excited when you see, because this is very sweet energy. You have the Ace of Cups. Let me grab the other one off of the floor. And you have the Two of Cups, okay? And at the bottom, you have the Knight of Cups. So very active, romantic, passionate pursuit from this person. This is a very, very romantic individual, even though they may not always seem the case, right, with the Hierophant. But this is a person that's very, very serious about you, because I do see the Hierophant a little bit as kind of like a marriage card. It's like formal institutions. So this is a person that kind of wants to formalize a commitment with you, whether it's on paper or not. They feel like they're at a place with that Nine of Pentacles, or that you're at a place with a Nine of Pentacles, where you two can be one, right? Where it's time to actively pursue a connection with you. So this person's plans to seduce you will be a very traditional courtship. Like it's going to be very much like, let's date with the intention of, I guess, eventually getting married, or whatever the final commitment on your terms, what you two kind of want in a partnership looks like. So that is what is coming through. But very sweet, very passionate, just everything that you would imagine, right, when you think of union and partnership and dating. Like, this person's not looking to necessarily seduce you, There's not any hypersexual energy here so far. This is a person that's looking to kind of build and merge with you. So this is someone that sees you kind of as a counterpart, because remember we did have the High Priestess with the Hierophant. So followed by the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, that Knight of Cups pursuing this. This is a person that is pursuing you for love connection or romantic connection, not necessarily for sex, right? Sex is kind of just something that comes along with what they want to pursue with you. Like sex is kind of I don't want to say an afterthought, because it's not. Like there's a lot of passion here, but sex is kind of understood, right? Like with the type of connection this person's trying to build with you. Like this is a person that's looking to build a relationship with you. So like in their seduction, it is wooing you to be their partner. Okay, so let me pull from each of these decks. Let's see what we get. This person's plans to seduce, pile 3. What can we get? And we do have the erotic sex and sex answers oracle hybrid, because I merged them together. So at the end we'll pull there to see if we can get any specific messages of a sexual nature. But this is right now, this person feels very serious, which I did notice as soon as the Hierophant came out. I knew that was the nature of the connection. Okay, what's this? I'm going to pull another one because I have no idea what that means. So you have getting to know each other. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. But it's in reverse. So why is that? That makes no sense given, and it does say stay optimistic about your love life. So I don't know if this person kind of feels like if we have like a missed opportunity situation, or if this person kind of feels like you're not really interested, or you're feeling like this person isn't really interested. But we like with stay optimistic about your love life, I mean, you know, getting to know each other in reverse, that doesn't make any sense when you have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. What's that? Okay, so we have new love, which came out earlier. Sorry about that, pile 3. I actually knocked everything over. It was hilarious. I almost wanted to leave it in just for the gag, but I'm not even playing these games. So new love, and right when I found new love, when that jumped out, everything fell. And then I picked up off the floor, it's past life relationship. It says you have known each other before in reverse. So it's like, okay, a lot of you, I'm feeling like this is completely new, right? Completely new. And like not someone that you've dated, not someone you've gotten to know. Others of you, I mean, you're gonna have to act as though you don't know each other. Like you're gonna have to completely erase the past, like making sure you don't hold anything, right? In this, I'm like dropping this card now. But in this getting to know each other in reverse, you're gonna have to let go of whatever you thought you knew about one another. I find it interesting that at the bottom you have religious factors, because it with that Hierophant, it's the perfect complement to that. But it says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So putting you here, let's talk about it. Getting to know each other, new love, past life relationship. So I mean, past life relationships is telling me kind of like releasing any religious, I'm hearing dogma, anything that you have that would affect this connection, because you're clinging to anything you thought or anything you were taught. Like if you two are very different, how you were raised, how you your religion, things affiliated with religion, like there may be a religious difference here between the two of you. But you're being the point of the way this applies to how this person is going to quote unquote seduce you is a fresh perspective with new love, right? Like getting to know each other in reverse is acknowledging that they don't know anything about you, anything about your beliefs, anything about your culture, if that's relevant, and just kind of just being open-minded, right, with that Ace of Cups, to learning and exploring in that Knight of Cups, right? Because past life relationship, like acknowledging that you are very different from anyone they've ever pursued, right? Because like past life relationships is anything that's familiar. So that in a reverse is you're very, very different. And that's why you have new love upright along with getting to know each other and past life relationship in reverse. So just that is what it is, being very open-minded and very passionate about understanding, learning, which the Hierophant does kind of represent in tarot, learning, being open to those differences that you two have. So let me pull from these other Love base decks. And then draw more of a picture. I can't believe I knocked everything over. That's hilarious. So maybe that's what it is. Like this like person, or maybe you, it could be either of you, maybe kind of fumbled for a little bit, like kind of like completely, there's something chaotic in the beginning of the connection, or in the beginning of the connection where it's like, oh my gosh, I completely knocked everything over, I ruined it, and having to kind of reset, restart. That could be the case. Because I mean, when I say I knocked everything over, like I did it. I'm lucky I didn't break anything. So let's see. What do we have? How is House 3 person planning to seduce them? But yeah, I mean, being very open, very receptive to you. I did see watch out, so I'm wondering why. It didn't come out, but it was there. Maybe one of you's on guard. You know, maybe these differences are drastic enough to where it makes one or both of you self-conscious. Look at that. This is great. I love that. So look at this. Look at this. You can't make it up. Let me not knock anything over. We're going to be very delicate here. So again, we talked about getting to know each other here, right? Now it is in reverse at the beginning. So it's the first card that comes out from the Romance Angels Oracle deck, right? So it's a Romance Angels Oracle deck, and it's the first card that comes out. Well, the first card that comes from the Black Hollywood Romance Stars deck is getting to know each other. Now, what's interesting to me is we're talking about differences. We're talking about the clash of maybe religion, culture, any type of background, anything that makes you very different. Well, this deck is that I'm holding in my hand and using. This indie deck by an indie creator. She is actually on YouTube. Queen Sugar Tarot. Shout out to her because I love this deck. So support her if you can. But she made this deck based on this deck. This is why I often use them together. So like this is the one version of the deck, and this is kind of the more like a different cultural spin on it, right? So you have getting to know each other upright. Enjoy discovering new commonalities, goals, and dreams as you get to learn more about each other. So that is what I'm saying. So that there's a huge difference in getting to know each other seems to be a thing because of those differences and being open and receptive. And I don't know if it's because of the religious thing, again, a cultural thing, and just knowing what to say and being confused about it. But that's interesting that at one deck, it begins reverse and it comes out upright in the complementary deck that is based on it. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? We have ecstasy. Your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. The feeling of this pleasure is electrifying. So once you two get to know each other, it's going to be great. It's going to be like everything is going to flow. Like it's going to be a very natural sexual chemistry. Like I just spilling tea, I guess. Like the sexual chemistry between the two of you is very natural, organic. With this ecstasy card, nothing's forced. It just flows naturally, even if there may be some fears and insecurities surrounding whatever that religious factors hierophant combination is, right? That getting to know each other energy. So I do want to pull, we're going to stick to what we did. So like since there's 3 from that deck, I'll pull 3 from this deck. I'll pull 2 more and take the bottom because we're very good on time. And we'll talk more about how this person plans to reduce you. But I mean, it's all about getting to know each other. So whatever things that they can do to make sure that they nurture the connection and get to know you properly, like get to know you to the point where you're both very comfortable with one another, that's the method, right? That it's not a scheme, it's not a strategy. Even though I did see the 7 of Swords earlier. Okay. So let me see what I can get from this deck. Three's person's method of seduction. What's that? Okay, so there's a lot of fear surrounding getting to know you and being alone with you because you have this harmony at the bottom, right? It's this harmony, and but the card that came out just now, it is quality time, right? It's quality time. It says quality time means putting away the phone and clearing your brain of anything distracting you so you can ensure that your partner is your number one focus. Well, it came out in reverse. So that it's like there's this getting to know each other energy, and getting to know each other in that card and that depiction of it is kind of like a date. So it's like being comfortable out in public, but not being comfortable in private. So maybe that's that disharmony. I want to get one more, and then we will take the bottom so we can see what that is it's all about comfort, establishing, and this could be your energy. It could be that you're uncomfortable or they're uncomfortable or both. So that's what this person's priority is right now, is establishing that sense of comfort. Okay, pile 3, I'll try this again. That was a call that I actually had been waiting for. I needed to take. So again, like, so many distractions with your pile. I'm knocking things over. I'm getting messages. I'm getting phone calls. So like, I want to get this last card and take the bottom. But for me, it's showing like maybe you get a lot of communication coming in. Maybe it was a lot of chaos in whatever this connection is, or will be chaos in this connection. It just seems like a lot of distractions, pauses, delays, maybe that you've been experiencing. You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not the fear of the quality time so much as it's not been able to find those moments to have it, right? Maybe you're busy, maybe they're busy, but this person that's trying to seduce you just can't seem to get that time. So maybe that's why we had getting to know one another in reverse, and then upright leading into quality time in reverse. It's like we can't seem to get on the same page. So I did get my last card, so I'm excited to see what it is. Emotional support. Now is the time to check in with your emotions and your partner's thoughts and feelings. So really, that's that getting to know each other energy, and really like getting to know one another on a deeper emotional level with that Ace of Cups and Two of Cups as well. What's at the bottom? You have make a move. The time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. So like I said, this person is very active, obviously. Like, they would like to pursue, regardless of what's been happening, of the confusion, of the insecurities, of all of the clashing, everything that I've talked about so far. They want to make the move, and I find it interesting that you get emotional support and make the move right after I got a call that I had to stop this video for. Okay, so let me pull from this other romance-based deck so we can get more clarity on, because this is a very deeply emotional pile, right? I don't know that the other two are very that invested emotionally. Like, this seems to be an emotional journey. Okay. Trying to find the time. Like, I don't know that you two have been, immaturity did try to come out. So like a brand new, fresh connection. You two may be young or inexperienced, but it's feeling like you two just couldn't seem to get, or can't seem to get the time and energy to pursue this thing. Okay, we do have addiction that threw itself out. It says excessive drinking, sex addict, unhealthy coping mechanisms. And then there is just friends at the bottom. It's complicated, platonic, prospective chance. So that's that messages. It's that complicated. Maybe you two are trying to take things slow and be friends before you can be lovers and enter that seductive energy. But that addiction energy, maybe one of you is battling an addiction, or maybe one of you is super busy. One of you may be a sex addict. That's possible. Or maybe have a past of using sex as a distraction. If that's the case, using other things, just using things to distract you from how you're feeling. You do have stuck in the past, moving on, forgetting, clinging, which is do you remember? So some past energy. We have that past energy in reverse again. So we have do you remember in reverse, past life, relationships in reverse. Like, again, this is either like super brand new energy, or just trying to start over in some way, or just, again, that completely unfamiliar energy, right? Do you remember? Like, there's trying to find where you two are similar, what you have in common, right? And the fear that you won't be able to. This is a loaded pile. I'm just trying to see how this person's going to seduce you, but apparently there's so much to work through before they can get to that point. They're trying to pursue you romantically, though, and they will make a move, right? They're going to make a move with that card, but just something. Okay, here we go. We got the third card, which is Forest. It says abundance, hidden wealth, transformation, and growth. And I love seeing all of this potential after all of that in the card. I don't want to block that because I love this combination. It will this down because I like that you have getting to know each other twice and that the past energy is twice. But that Forest card is beautiful because it talks about the potential. It says hidden wealth, transformation, growth. And I think we had some secrecy energy coming through. I feel like if you two really try to get to know one another privately and just establish something, it'll be very, very abundant. Like this card says, right? Hidden wealth. There's hidden wealth in your differences and the clashing energies here. Like if you two could just kind of learn to be I don't want to say two halves of a whole. That's so cheesy, but like, you know what I mean? Like that yin yang energy, it would work out really well for you. At the bottom of the deck, you have create with me. It says creation, conception, teamwork, new beginnings, right? Look at that couple. Very, very different people. And then you, with a fresh start and kind of understanding. So I think that is really this person's approach. It's really just getting to know you privately, because that Forest card is very private energy, developing the connection in a love, emotionally supportive way, to where it's not purely physical, right? With that addiction quality time in reverse, like they don't want a purely physical connection. They want it to be something deeply transformative, something respectful with that religious factors hierophant card, like something that they could take pride in, that type of connection. So let me pull from this erotic sex answers oracle hybrid I combined, and we'll get down to the gritty of, once we get past all of this baggage and working through these emotional issues within a connection, how is this person going to seduce you? Pile 3. Let's see. When I split the deck just now, I saw great lovers. So again, there's a sexual compatibility. I stopped and started this reading so many times that I have no idea what I said leading up to this point, but I feel like I may have referenced that, or maybe it was a different pile. Okay, pile 3. What is this? What is this? Ooh, okay. I love this because it tells me that with that make a move card and the create with me, because create with me is very sexual energy, right? It is all in. That make a move, create with me, it's like, okay, we're all in. Like Knight of Pentacles, like it's going to happen. That seduction is slowly coming about. You have emotionally distant in reverse. I love that. I love that we're clearing up that energy. We're clearing up that energy because in emotional distant, we do have want to make you scream. So let me see what else we can get. I kind of want 4 and I just got 2. I said 4. Wow. I wanted 6. Sorry. 4 might be a relevant number, but emotionally distant in reverse. You got hot sex. Like something's gonna happen with those two getting to know each other and that quality time. It's gotta be some kind of a date, because all of these cards in this deck are not like, if you can see me shifting over here at the left, they're not all like social settings. Some of them are inside, some of them are intimate, but this one is a date card. You got like another date card, like you got 2 date cards from that deck. So like it's probably in a date, because I'm trying to kind of get a feel for like the setting and environment that they would kind of be trying to seduce you. But again, emotionally distant in reverse. So once you two kind of open up, it's inevitable. The chemistry is natural because you do have desire as well. So just those 3 so far lets me know that as soon as you two kind of link and kind of have an understanding and that clarity of what the connection is and what you two have in common and where you emotionally link, it's like boom, right? Make a move, hot sex, desire. Okay, what is at the bottom so far? Beautiful, stolen kisses, right? Very private. It's very intimate, right? Very, very private. So just you two kind of energy. We do have fetish, which I'm not going to take in a traditional sense of that word. I'm going to talk about the fact that that is a comfort, right? We talk about comfort and understanding. If you two are very different culturally, religiously, I think I talked about earlier, you and or them being very different than each other's types, the types of people you two normally pursue and engage romantically and seductively, sexually. So this person in that once they get comfortable with you emotionally, once that trust is established, in that sex and desire and passion, this person's really going to appreciate any differences you have. So if you react differently during sex than any partner they've had, they're going to really revel in that. If you look differently, like if we're talking physical features, cultural differences that are highlighted in sex, this person's gonna really like be down with that. Like they're really gonna like be open and feeling very adventurous and just feeling very good about the differences you have and appreciating how different you are from their past lovers. Exactly. They're gonna kind of compare you. I don't know if that's interesting. It's good or bad depending on your perspective. At the bottom we have sex with your ex, so they're gonna kind of like think about how different intimacy is with you versus their exes, like kind of a compare and contrast energy. Let me stop before I knock everything over again. But I do want two more before I take the bottom. This is actually, of all of the piles, this is the one that I got actually more actual interactions during sex. The other ones just kind of, we talked about just the seductive energy in and of itself, not so much as the sexual energy. Because here, I'm telling you, we see sex and we see how this person's kind of appreciating where you're different from their exes and whatnot. We have be freaky for me. Very, very open during sex as well. Like this person's want to make you scream at the bottom. I think we had that already earlier. So something about your voice, very vocal, wanting you to be very vocal during sex. Once that happens, right? So I want one more. Ooh, okay. We have surrender. Look at that blindfold. That may be a thing for you. And it could be referencing a surprise, like something you don't see coming. That could be the nature of the sexual encounter. That could be the nature of the seduction and how quickly it escalates. Like you don't see it coming, no time to prepare for it, but you do have into role playing. So that fetish energy is actually very, very complimented. This is a type of person that wants like a setting when it comes down to seduction and sex. Like this is a person that is into role playing, setting a scene. They may want you to dress up for them. They may want to dress up for you, like create a whole thing for their pleasure. So this person's very, very into foreplay and getting into the mood. So like while the actual I'm getting for some of you that it's actually going to catch you off guard when the intimacy happens, but I'm also getting that it's like just seduction in general, intimacy with this person in general. They kind of like that foreplay of dressing up in preparation, maybe doing something a bit different, alternative to prepare for the sex. That's what I'm getting for this person, okay? Because I do have the get freaky for me card and whatnot. So it feels like that's this person's thing, is that foreplay fetish, and not in a offensive way, but in a sexual way, right? Coming through. So that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.